From a single machine harvesting enough wheat in one day to fill 50 semi-trucks, to combines with grain tanks holding nearly 500 bushels. Here are the 7 most insane agriculture machines that operate at insane levels. Number 7. Vredo Slurry VT5518S. Manure management might not sound exciting, but when you're dealing with mega dairy operations processing thousands of gallons daily, it becomes a logistical nightmare. Traditional spreaders waste nutrients, create overwhelming odors, and require endless labor hours. Farmers needed something revolutionary. Enter the Vredo Slurry VT5518S from the Netherlands. But here's what makes this machine absolutely wild. This machine packs a Deutz 5.8 engine cranking out 550 horsepower and hauls a 21,000-liter tank. That's over 8,400 gallons, while injecting slurry directly into the soil at depths reaching 20 centimeters. And the twist? It covers widths from 5.5 to 18 meters in a single pass, processing thousands of liters per hour via GPS guidance. European megafarms report it fertilizes 500 hectares daily while cutting nutrient waste by 20% through real-time IoT soil sensors. One machine, 0 odor complaints, maximum efficiency. The VT5518S runs on 3 axles, conquering terrain that would stop conventional equipment dead. Its emissions-compliant engine integrates precision agriculture tech that optimizes injection rates on the fly, meaning every drop of manure hits exactly where crops need it. This machine runs non-stop without causing soil compaction, a game-changer for sustainable livestock farming. If injecting thousands of gallons of slurry with surgical precision sounds extreme, wait until you see how farmers solved an even bigger problem above ground. Hay logistics at an industrial scale. Before we climb into the real monsters of this list, make sure you're subscribed for more insane machine breakdowns. We're just getting warmed up. The next set of machines on a whole different level. Number 6. Vogel 9 feet by 9 feet. Baler hay season means thousands of bales to make, move, and store. For industrial-scale ranches, standard round balers create a transportation and storage headache. Too many bales, too many trips, too much wasted space and fuel. Vogel Engineering decided to completely flip the script on hay baling. They created the world's biggest round baler, a monster producing 9-foot by 9-foot bales. These super dense packages weigh over a ton each, with one Vogel bale equaling 10 conventional ones. Designed by TJ Steele of Favor 5 Ag Innovations, this beast churns out over 50 bales per hour using reinforced chains and hydraulic rams that compress hay up to 25% denser than competitors. For 5,000-acre ranches, this means cutting transport trucks by half and slashing handling costs in an era of skyrocketing logistics prices. The baler debuted in 2025 with flawless yard tests and now operates in real prairie fields handling grasses and straw. Integrated net wrap and GPS-guided pathing ensure every bale comes out uniform, making stacking and storage dramatically more efficient. When storage space is at a premium and labor costs keep climbing, this machine revolutionizes the entire hay logistics chain from field to barn. When a single bale can replace 10 normal ones, efficiency skyrockets. But once hay is handled, the real race begins, harvesting thousands of acres before the weather turns. Number 5. Claas Lexion 8900. Harvest season is a race against weather and time. When you're sitting on 20,000 acres of wheat ready to cut, every hour counts. Wheeled combines have one fatal flaw. They get stuck when conditions get muddy. The Claas Lexion 8900 with Terra track system weighs 32 tons fully loaded. But that weight becomes an advantage when those massive tracks conquer muddy fields where wheeled rivals bog down completely. UK farmers proved this during wet harvest seasons, keeping combines rolling while competitors sat idle. This German Titan wields 12-meter headers devouring wheat and canola at throughputs exceeding 100 tons per hour. Dual rotors spanning 11.5 feet spin at speeds from 300 to 1,300 RPM, adapting to crop conditions instantly. The CMOS Auto Clean system dynamically adjusts sieves, keeping grain loss under 1% even in high moisture conditions. No stopping, no waiting, just relentless harvesting efficiency. The 2025 upgrades include AI-driven yield mapping and 360-degree cameras enabling true 24/7 operations on massive estates. The grain tank unloads at blistering speeds, meaning support trucks barely pause before the combine is back to cutting. Benchmarks show it trailing only top John Deere models but excelling in residue management, spreading chaff evenly over 40-foot widths, critical for next year's planting success. Tracks keep machines moving when fields turn to mud. But staying mobile is only half the battle. The real money is lost when grain slips through the system unnoticed. Number 4. New Holland CR 1090 grain loss during harvest is money literally falling on the ground. Industry standards accept some loss as inevitable, but when you're harvesting thousands of acres, even small percentages become massive dollar amounts. New Holland engineered the CR 1900 with OptiClean technology, and the grain loss numbers are almost unbelievable. This 700 horsepower beast cuts grain loss by a significant margin compared to standard combines. That's thousands of extra dollars per farm staying in your grain tank instead of rotting on the field. The twin rotor system features variable stream rotors handling 40-foot headers, with dynamic feed rolls that prevent plugging even in dense corn silage. The 14,000-liter grain tank unloads at over 4 bushels per second while maintaining just 0.2% cracking rate. Operating on North American prairies, the CR 1090 integrates with drone swarms for real-time crop adjustments, boosting throughput by 20% on mega farms. Operators rave about the cab ergonomics like digital radio, cool boxes, LED floods, allowing marathon 300-hectare daily runs without fatigue. In 2025 fleets, this combine represents the perfect balance of brute power and precision technology, making every pass count when harvest windows are tight. Saving every kernel matters during harvest. But before seeds ever reach the field, the soil itself must be conquered, and that requires raw pulling power on an entirely different level. Number 3. Case IH 620. Quad-track tillage is agriculture's heavy lifting, literally. Deep, ripping compacted soil prepares seed beds but requires immense power. Traditional tractors with dual wheels either lack the horsepower or compact the very soil they're trying to loosen. Case IH's 620 quad-track solves this with a design that seems almost alien. 4 massive tracks spanning up to 20 feet distribute 40 tons of weight so evenly that it actually causes less compaction than smaller machines. Over 700 horsepower flows through these tracks for deep tillage jobs that wheeled tractors can't touch. The hydraulic system pumps 65 gallons per minute, powering rippers that penetrate deep enough into wet soils where duals fail completely. Paired with 60-foot toolbars, this earth shaker preps thousands of acres weekly. Western Canadian operators log 500 pulling hours yearly on this beast, conquering slopes and conditions that would stop conventional tractors cold. The 2025 autonomy kits enable GPS following at 15 kilometers per hour, with IoT integration providing data-driven passes that cut overlaps by 15%, saving fuel and time. The articulated steering and pneumatic brakes provide safety on challenging terrain, while fuel tanks holding days' worth of diesel enable operation in remote fields without constant refueling trips. 4 tracks and 700 horsepower can reshape the earth. But when harvest season hits, capacity becomes king, and no machine pushed that limit harder than this next one. Number 2. John Deere X9 1100 combined capacity determines everything during harvest. Bigger grain tanks mean fewer stops to unload, which means more acres cut per day. But there's always been a limit to how big you can build these machines. Until John Deere built the X9 1100, shattering every capacity record. This machine reigns as the world's largest combine with a 16,200-liter grain tank. That's 460 bushels and 690 maximum horsepower from a 13.6-liter PowerTech PSS engine. It unloads at 186 liters per second, meaning grain trucks get filled faster than you can believe. Dual 11.5-foot rotors and 75 square feet of cleaning area handle tough wheat at 170% capacity over predecessors. Independent testing showed 28% performance edges over rivals in 102 bushel per acre fields, while fuel consumption drops 20% per bushel through automatic adjustments. This isn't just bigger, it's smarter, faster, and more efficient. The X9 covers 253 acres per 14-hour day at just 1% grain loss, saving $6.19 per acre in operational costs on 8,000-acre farms. Starfire RTK guidance and G5 displays enable hands-free precision, while connected support technology predicts mechanical issues before they happen, cutting downtime by 20%. In canola operations, it consumes 18% less fuel while maxing throughput at 89 tons per hour. This is what happens when engineering meets no compromises. The X9 proves what modern engineering can achieve with computers, sensors, and automation. But long before smart machines existed, one tractor rewrote the definition of too big. All right, before we reveal the best one, hit that follow button if you love mega machines, engineering extremes, and heavy equipment legends. Trust me, this final one is unlike anything you've ever seen. Number 1. Big Bud 747. Every industry has its legends. In agriculture, one tractor stands alone at the absolute pinnacle of size, power, and pure mechanical ambition. Built in 1978 as a custom one-off project, the Big Bud 16 Phi 747 remains unmatched. Wonder what the specs are? 960 gross horsepower from a 24.1-liter Detroit diesel 16-cylinder engine. 95,000 pounds of pure American steel. 28 feet long with a 195-inch wheelbase. Tires measuring 35 by 38. This monster was custom-built for Rossi Farms to tow deep rippers through 4-foot depths in California cotton fields. Equipped with a 1,000-gallon fuel tank and 150-gallon hydraulic reservoir for endless power. The 6-speed power-shift transmission and massive tires conquered impossible soils, pumping 65 gallons per minute at 2,000 psi, pulling loads exceeding 100,000 pounds without tire slip. Nothing before or since matches its raw, uncompromising might. Though built decades ago, the Big Bud 747 set standards modern autonomous giants still chase. Now residing at Iowa's Heartland Museum, it inspires 2025 replica projects and reminds us that sometimes bigger really is better. Its engineering principles, massive displacement, multiple drive points, enormous fuel capacity, influence today's 700-plus horsepower autonomous tractors. This one-of-a-kind machine didn't just push boundaries, it obliterated them and created new ones. These 7 machines represent agriculture's incredible evolution from manual labor to automated precision powerhouses. So which machine impressed you most? Drop your pick in the comments below. And if you want to see more insane machines, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, we're just getting started.